Well, welcome everybody. Great 7K day, great 7K night, and and I want to tell you, it's been a fabulous week. Last week, this week, and in my reading here, I asked a couple of questions, so I'm going to ask them again. How many did 5 contacts today? 5, just 5. I got 3, then I got 4, but I was looking for 5. Why I was looking for 5? Let me tell you why it's such a great day. Now, I joined this business 3.5 years ago, November 15, 16, something like that. And I just signed myself up, signed my wife up. Y'all know the story. Signed the company up. I didn't ask her permission. I just did it. Called up to old George. Now, George is older than me. And most of the people in our room that night, that Friday night, in fact, I think just about everybody was older than me, except maybe a couple of people. And so, a bunch of us old people. And, you know, we obviously saw the benefit of owning some gold and some silver at cost. And we saw the benefit of making a little extra cash. And that sounded pretty good. I mean, we'd done it once before, so why not? And when I left that meeting that night, I got on the phone and I called a few people in other states. And, you know, I knew them and I told them about this and asked them, gave them a website and asked them to join. Some joined that night, some didn't. Some joined the next week. But that was Saturday, Friday night, Saturday, the next day, and then Saturday was payroll, and I made $1,000. The first payroll check. Okay. We started having a meeting every week. I started doing the business part-time because I'd written up a job description many years ago, and in '96, and I told people how to do this business if they were real busy part-time, and said that you're going to have to learn whatever you do in life. You're going to have to learn this. You're going to have to get skills, attitudes, and techniques. Well, one of the parts of the job description is to expose the business to 5 people a day, 5 days a week. And that's basically just to pique their interest. And back in the old days, I call them the old days, back in the 90s, late 90s, we had what you call a VHS video that you plug into a videotape player. Y'all probably don't know what that is if you're younger than us. and you press play and you watch it on TV, and it was almost 45. It was about almost an hour long. Okay, but it was fun to watch. Had gold coins in it. Had living the dream and living the lifestyle. A lot about that, and a little bit about the left team and the right team, and the comp plan. And we got people to join us. Some people joined when they saw the video. Some people needed a lot of explanation. Some people joined weeks later. Some people joined months later. But that was what we call people in the pipeline. And I developed this job description for people who had a job, because when I first started network marketing, I had a full-time job as a corporate executive, developing markets all around the world. And I had 0 time. I mean, no time. But I saw all the benefits of network marketing. I saw the fact that I did not have to go out and spend $50,000 or $300,000 on a franchise, go and hawk up to my ears, take a lot of risk, have an obligation of $3,800 or $4,000 in overhead costs to meet and not even be around to run it, and have to depend on other people to manage it and run it in my absence around on the other side of the world. And whereas network marketing, you could start the business for little capital, under $1,000. You could buy whatever products that they had. That was your overhead. So you could end up getting free products if you're in a product type company, or free services, like if you were in like a telephone card company or something like that. And it didn't matter what the price of the products or the service were. You're going to end up getting them free. That was the whole point. They were just overhead. And so instead of an electric bill or instead of rent, you got a product, something of utility. Hopefully it was something of value to you. And if you would do that and then teach others to do the same thing and see what you understood, then you could actually own and operate your own business. And no boss, no employees. Boy, that sounded sweet to me. That was like good news. I mean, I really wanted to learn how to do that, because I almost popped for 300 grand to buy a franchise. And I'm so glad I didn't. I mean, that would have been crazy. But I had made that decision that I was not going to do it after a year's worth of analysis and evaluation and putting together business plans to get the loan. And network marketing slammed me in the face in 1991, right in January. And I'm so glad it changed my life. I did that company 3 years part-time. I made time. I found time. I don't even know where I got the hours from. I don't know where I borrowed them from, but I did. And then I resigned from that big corporate income job in '94 to pursue that full time and to achieve that dream of a residual walkaway income. No boss, no employees. And I was ready to do whatever it took to learn how. And I worked at it as hard as I worked at that job for 18 months. And I got up to $10,000 a month. Now, a lot of people thought that was good money, but it really wasn't good enough money for me. It didn't replace my income, unfortunately. And a lot of things were changing. So I was wondering, what in the world changed? Why did all these other people I looked at, these cops, these broke preachers, these, carpenters, these electricians, these people, they didn't have the experience, the knowledge, the education, the skills that I had, and they were immensely successful with that company. And I just couldn't figure it out. And I went back and I reviewed my whole MBA Harvard case study that I did on network marketing before I plunged in, and I found the answer. The company I joined in '91 had started in '84. It already went through its great big momentum curve. And those cops were making $38,000 a month. The broke preacher was making almost 100 grand a month. The carpenter was making almost $250,000. And I finally figured it out. They got in at the right time, right place, and before momentum hit. That company was focused on international growth. I didn't have enough money to get on the plane and go do it. And that business required you a lot of physical one-on-one presence. It really did. And I wasn't able to buy my gold and silver anymore. And man, that hurt. In fact, I wasn't saving anything anymore. So I walked out of where a corporate world where I was tucking away, 15, 20% of what I was making, trying to prepare for retirement. And it's a good thing I did, because I needed that during that 18 months. Oh yeah, I had to pay penalties to get it, but I was willing to do whatever it took to be successful. I did not want to go back to work in the corporate world. I did not want that hassle again. And I didn't want a job. I wanted my own business. And I said I saw my mistake. And it was right at that same time that a guy that I had been prospecting over in Dallas, I'd been working on him for well over a month. And he came to Baton Rouge, and I gave him my pitch, and then he dropped some gold coins in my hand, and I knew exactly what they were. I wanted a lot of them. I just wasn't able to buy them anymore. And he said that was a product of their company, and it was a binary, and 5 on the left and 5 on the right, and you can make a step check. And you get another 5 and another 5, and get another step check, make another 5 and another 5. Now 5, I'm going to give you a relationship you can relate to what I'm talking about. It's like 1 is like 100 points. So it's like having 500 points on your left and 500 points on your right, and you get a $400 check, a step check. And you get another 500 and 500, you get another $500 check, and get another 500 and 500 on your side, then you can get a $600 check. And if you got more points on one side, then that's okay, as long as you didn't get more, than 15 on both sides. If you got more than 15 on both sides, then that's okay. And there was 1,500 points on both sides. Then you can make a step 1, 2, 3 all in 1 week of $1,500. But if you had somebody on your left and somebody on your right that did that same thing all in 1 week, you can make a $700 bonus. So that made you a possibility of $2,200. Well, so just imagine how many of y'all are producing yourself 1,500 points in 1 week. Okay. Well, I went out and I started with my business family pack, my 3, just like I started this, and 5 on the left, 5 on the right. Nah, I got 15 the first week on both sides. I made $1,500. And the next week I was working on the inside, and I made a little less than 4,000. And the next week I made a little less than 5,000, or a little more than 5,000. And the fourth week I made $6,600. I popped those all 3 at the max, $2,200. But that's all you can make on them. And it wasn't like ours. We didn't have a residual. We didn't have any of that. But I never made less than $6,600 a week for the next 4.5 years. It was a fun ride. And I joined that company 18 months after it started. Started January of 1995, and Rick Hansen was at the top of the computer in that company. And I joined 18 months later. I had over 70,000 people in my organization in 4.5 years. And I helped thousands and thousands of people make a ton of money. Many of them made more money part-time than they made in their jobs, and they all accumulated gold and silver wealth. But that was a good run. And it's all because of this job description. See, I did the job description. I created my system back then and got people to plug in and got people to do just the basics of what it takes. And that's exposed to business to 5 people a day. Now that's the minimum. And put 10 hours into the business every week. Now, I tell you exactly where to put those hours, but that exposing the business to 5 people a day, that should take you no longer than 30 minutes. Okay. If it takes you longer than 30 minutes, you're doing it wrong. But you need to do that. If you're not doing it, you're not going to make the income. Okay. Now, why am I telling you this all over again? You've gotten parts and pieces of this all together in different parts, but I'm putting it all together in one place for you tonight. It's because, see, I did this business with 7K part-time for 3.5 years. I did not do it like I did in 1996, where I went all in, all out, massive action, contacting 30 people a day, every day. If they weren't my people, they were somebody else's people. But I was doing 30 people a day because I wanted that lifestyle. I had a burning desire. I had the desire to change my life once and for all. And I was fortunate enough, God blessed me, that happened. Okay. He put the right people around me and right people in front of me, and it happened. Okay. And it happened too because we had this system, and we taught a system. And so a lot of people can't, devote their full-time effort to it. And so they have to do it part-time. And a lot of people don't have the skills, attitudes, and techniques. I had already worked 3 years part-time in network marketing and a year and a half full-time, and I mean full-time. So I acquired quite a bit of skills, attitudes, and techniques. And I got better and better at them the more I did them. I was lousy at them in the beginning because I tried to do it the traditional business way. And that's not how you do network marketing. You got to keep it simple, real simple. And I was full of knowledge, so I was answering every question to everybody as soon as they asked them. And that was wrong too, because everybody thought they had to learn what I learned to do the business. And so I'd chase them away. But 5 people a day. That's all I asked out of you if you want to change your life. Now you have to look in the mirror and ask yourself, you want to change your life? Do you want the extra income, or are you okay with where you're at? And that's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine. But if you really have that desire to make that $500 check every week, or make that $1,000 check every week, like Bruce Harris did, the Idaho potato truck driver. And he started making that $500 check every week. Then it bumped up to $1,000 when he became a bronze, and he made that for more than a year. And then he quit his job because he was still making more with that $1,000 check every week than he was working 60, 70 hours driving that Idaho potato truck. And then when he got an automatic pay raise to $2,000 a week, that really changed. I mean, that's a 6-figure income. $2,000 a week times 52 weeks, and in my book, that's $104,000 a year. And so that's pretty nice income. And what's your overhead? Buy a coin every month? Something of value anyway, a real value. Gold and silver, that's the one to do. This business is conversational marketing. So it's learning how to relate people's stories. You can relate my story to other people, relate Bruce's story, relate Denai Nelson's story, relate Jay and Colleen's story. But you got to learn the stories to relate them to other people and make that hook. And then you got to learn how to ask questions to people to find out what they really are wanting in life, and try to find where that fit is. Well, you can't do that in asking 5 questions a day. That's the, when you got people in the pipeline, that's the follow-ups, and that's those things. So what is this 5 people a day? Why do I keep talking about 5 people a day? I keep talking about 5 people a day because if you're not sowing seeds, they can never, ever grow. So if you don't plant a seed, it can't grow. And seeds and growth is what it takes to make an income. So how hard is it to do these 5 people a day? It's not hard. It's just you just got to do it. And you got to learn just one thing, a couple of sentences, and yeah, you got to repeat it. You got to have that list. Okay. You got to be doing your training. That's how you develop the skills, attitudes, and techniques. And we're going to take a little tour here in a second and relate that. But I want to hone in on this real quick, these 5 things. At 10 hours, absolutely necessary for 2 full years. But if you skip in class, if you just been a member for 2 years, that don't count. Those 10 hours must be involved in these activities and these activities alone. You're doing anything else, you're doing your job description, not the successful one. You're doing the way you think it should be done. Who are you going to take it with? If you've been following your own advice and you aren't making millions now, what makes you think you're going to make millions by following your own advice again? So you got to follow advice of proven successful systems, because that makes it easy. Okay. And so these 10 hours have to be involved in these things and these things only. And, I really don't care if you don't do the 5 people a day, if you're doing 10 hours worth of videos over and over and over and over again. Yeah. I mean, it takes you 7 times just before you even understand what you saw and heard. And my philosophy is you got to watch that video enough until you can teach it without it playing. If you can't teach it without it playing, everything that's on that video, you hadn't seen it enough. Okay. And so, and you want to improve your attitude and your techniques and your skills, and that's how you do it. You got to attend that company call. You got to attend a meeting like this at least once a week. Okay. And we have a regular meeting. I've had a meeting every Tuesday night at George's house. And we do opportunity, we do training, we come together. And what do we talk about? 7K. Okay. And the products and the company and the money. That's all it takes. You got to come together. Okay. Some of you don't have a place that you can come together. You may be the only ones there. Well, find a partner. That's okay. Find a partner. Have your meeting personally for 1 hour. Okay. And you're not complaining. You're not talking about what doesn't work. You're talking about the things that are all positive, things you've learned, something new, something you picked up, something you heard that didn't click before. But you're talking and sharing with one another. That's the key. All positives, no negatives. Negatives don't count. That's a minus time. Okay. And so, so that company corporate call is a half hour on Monday nights. And you can make one of the noon calls anytime. You can call and listen, or you listen to a recording. And then you can make one of my Zooms if you're not around. Okay. So that counts as part of that. Then your list, you're always working on that list. So you put about 15 minutes a day, just totally silence. No TV, no music, no nothing but you and a list with all those memory joggers that's in your training and your associate training. And you're trying to remember every person you went to first grade with, every person that sit at what desk. Go get annuals. Go, who was you in the second grade with? How about the third grade? How about the fourth grade? You know, with all the list building technique. Where did you live when you were 4 years old? Well, 6. Maybe you don't remember when you were 4. But, you know, just every stage of your life, you're trying to hook people that you knew, met, and you don't have to know them real well. You're just trying to build that list of names, because you're going to get to a list of names of 500 over this 2-year period that you know that somewhere in your life you've met and had some kind of interaction with. And everybody knows at least 500. That's a proven scientific fact. And so that is your task in building the foundation for your business. And all it costs you is a little bit of time, a little bit of effort, not a lot, not massive. And you can't just focus in and do it all in one concentrated time of 2 weeks. No. You ever heard? You have what we call it's a non-functional burnout. You know, you heard of people burning out in their jobs. Well, the same thing applies when you think you can do something in small, concentrated, big times, but it should be a drawn out part-time process. And that's why you can't do it. You got to do it this way. Okay. Now, if you can focus and put full-time effort in it, you got funds, you can survive, and you can still meet your requirement. Well, yeah, you can go at it massively. You can do what Wayne Clark's doing it massively. He wanted to know what I did in 96. He's not doing 5 a day. He's doing 30 a day, just like I did. Every day. Every day. Not just first day. Every day. 30. And so, man, he's building quick. And it's growing, and it continues to grow. You see that with he's on all of the group. I mean, everybody in that, just about everybody in that leaderboard on that contest is in my group. I think 13 out of 15. I think by the time Wayne finishes, it's going to be 15 out of 15, to be honest with you. But anyway, let's get back to 5 and 5. Why do I ask 5? Because that's what it takes. Now, you don't have to be really good at this. You could just say you learn something that's comfortable to you that you can share. And you pick up the phone and you call John, and you just get him on the phone. Hey, John. Hey, how you been? Man, we hadn't talked in a long time. Good thing I got you. Hey, look, I got something I've run across. I just can't believe what's going on. I want you to take a look at a 10-minute video, and I want you to tell me what you think. Now, watch that video. I'm gonna send you a link. It explains what I got to go right now. Bye, John. That's kind of the Richard Hanson, Bruce Harris story, okay? But it's also my story, and it's also everybody else's story. You don't sit there and explain what this is about. You can't. You can't, and they can't. And you can say, "Oh yeah, it's about gold and silver, man. That's big topic all over the place." Anyway, I'm gonna send you the link. You watch it, and I'm gonna call you back in an hour. Okay, well, call them back in an hour. What you like best about that video? That's what you got to learn. What did you like best about that video you saw? Well, if they hadn't watched the video, you don't have any discussion. You said, well, when you watch the video, I'm gonna call you back tomorrow. Okay. Now that's a follow-up. So you do 5 new ones tomorrow, but you follow up on everybody that didn't watch that video. They watched that video and they got questions. Well, you get somebody else on the phone to answer their questions, unless the questions are answered with a tool. In other words, a video, a short video, something on your 7K Wealth Systems app or on your website, or there's a question and answer. Those exact questions are answered on your website. If they ask any of those, it's a great question. Everybody, I had that question too. Hey, look, open up my website. Okay, go down there, scroll down, look at it, click on it. There's the answer. In other words, you don't answer it. You show them where the answer is. No answers come out of your mouth when you are building this business. If you answer questions, you are the one that is putting big time brakes on your business. That is not duplicatable. And so you can't answer questions. I don't care if you know all the answers. Do not answer them. See, I had to learn that the hard way, which I shared earlier. Okay. And so, it's just that simple. You pick out, I give you lots of scripts. The company has peak interest scripts. Hey, I ran across something. I don't know if it's for you, but man, you got to take a look. And I'm going to shoot you a video link. You take a look and you tell me what you think. You use any of them that fits you. The key is 5 people a day. 5 people a day. 5 people a day. Now, let me tell you what the results of 5 people a day are. I'm going to stop sharing this screen. I'm going to share another screen. Okay. I'm going to share a screen that's going to, it shakes me. I'm going to make sure I'm sharing the right screen here because I want to share the 7K website. I'm going to log in. And get to our back office on the dashboard. And I did this business part-time. I told you I had some old codgers like me partnered up with me, and I got a few, people to join around. And, we were doing it part-time, enjoying doing. I mean, we traveled everywhere. Anything 7K did, we got on the plane. We traveled. We made that extra $1,000 that first week. We made checks just about almost every week. But after 12 months, we were making a $500 check every single solitary week or more after 12 months. And that was pretty cool. And we were, went up to Colorado, saw Rogers Buffalo Ranch, had been days out there, attended the grand opening, the official opening of the company. We spent 8 days, going to Yellowstone National Park, the Grand Tetons, moon craters, Rock City. We see things we hadn't seen. And it was really cool. We went on, to Cancun, a 5-star resort. And we didn't just go down there for 3 or 4 days like the rest of the company did. We went down there for a whole week or more. We just extended it. And I didn't fly, back on the economy. We flew first class. We had the money. So, if I'm traveling, I want to go in comfort and ease, and we're making an extra $500 a week. So why not spend it, And we go to every one of the regional events and meet all kind of great people and things like that and having fun. And then, we have our meeting. I'm doing my 5. Listen to me. I do my 5 every day, 5 days a week. 5. That's all I was doing. 5 new ones. Going through my list. 5. And if I wasn't doing mine, I was doing somebody that I sponsored, helping them with theirs. That still counts as 5. Okay. That's the trick. You're doing are in our business. So it doesn't matter if they're my contacts or their contacts, but I do 5. I do 5. Okay. So if they can't do them, I'm going to do them with them. Okay. And so I do their 5, do my 5. And after 24 months, 2 years, our check averaged over 2 cycle checks every week. That's $1,000 every week. I mean, that's pretty nice extra money. And we're doing all these trips and enjoying stuff. And I'm buying gold and silver at cost. And we all know that we need to buy more gold and silver. So I got it like on a plan that I teach, that you buy a little bit every time you make your autosaver. Our overhead is that coin of the month, that autosaver, that's our overhead, a product of value. It's not electricity bills. It's not foo-foo juice, nasty tasting drinks, hair growing stuff, wrinkle go away cream, diet pills that don't work, that just make you die. I mean, just think about what I'm talking about and being able to relate that to somebody else, the comparisons. And so, we're making $1,000 extra a week, and I'm only doing it part-time, but I do my 5 every day, 5 days a week, 5 every day. Not a day goes by. And if a day goes by, I'm doubling up the next day. So I'm doing that 25 a week. Okay. Now, here comes May of last year, 2.5 years into the business, really, almost 3. And our check zoomed to about $2,000 on average a week between both of us. Now I'm talking about both of us, because Pam earns on hers and I earn on mine. We put it together just like we do in anything else. Well, that's a lot more than my 18-year corporate pension check and our 2 Social Security checks combined. It's double what that is. More. So that's pretty powerful. And so I realized this is going to get absolutely serious. So I've got to help some of these younger people. So I'm starting to put some more time into this sucker. Okay. I'm starting to put more time into it. I'm putting more time into people. I'm putting more time to help develop younger people, that they can be the leaders of this company. And maybe they're going to be in your group. Maybe you're going to find the leader that I can help develop in your group. That only benefits you then. You know people I don't know. You're going to meet people I don't know. You just find me that leader that's willing to learn, willing to do, who has a burning desire. Both you and I are going to make good money. Well, I found Wayne. Now, if I'm not looking, if I'm not planting, if I'm not doing my 5 a day, I would have never found Wayne Clark 3.5 years later. I found Wayne Clark. Wayne became a bronze his first week in the business. That means he made a full check of a bronze. That's 2,000. Bronze can earn 4 cycle checks. That's 2,000. He maxed out the check the first week. So if he's got $2,000, he's got to have 2,000 points on one side, 2,000 points on the other side. That's 4,000 points coming up on one side of me. Just with Wayne. Plus whatever else I got in the organization. That can happen to you too. If you're doing your 5 a day. Just your 5 a day. Just 5. Just 5 a day. Every day. 5 days a week. You got to get enough no's. Do you think everybody told me yes? If it did, I'd have thousands and thousands of people in the business. 5 a day That's 25 a week times 4 weeks. That's 100 times a year. That's 1,200. That's 3 years. That's 3,600 people. And then that's 4,200 people. So I'd have 4,200 people in my business. More than that if they all told me yes. I'm just a goal. I have 8 on the left and 8 on the right. And not all of them are ranked. Not all of them are even associates. Some of them just a member. And then, see, this is Thursday night. And I'm a goal. I still got points on my left side, that first side I started. But look here, I can only make $7,000 every week. I made $7,000 last week. Actually, I had over 10,000 points on my right side. Does that mean I did what? I flushed $3,000. $3,000 I could have made. Well, look here. This is Thursday. I think it's going to be another 10,000 point week. That'll mean I'm going to flush $3,000. I guess I'm not just money motivated anymore. Because I need to rank up to what? Executive goal. If I'm executive goal, then I can make $10,000 every week. Well, I have to have a goal on my left and a goal on my right. So I got to go help somebody else. Well, believe me, I'm helping. I'm helping my partner over there, trying to get him to go. Okay, because Pamela's already go. So if I can get my other partner to go, man, I'd be making that $3,000 extra. So it's people helping people. Isn't that neat? And I am. I'm helping. I'm doing calls. I'm focusing, refocusing over there to try and provide help and provide motivation and training and so if we can get my silver to gold, then we both win. Isn't that great? 5 a day, just 5 a day, because that's all I did. I proved my system works part-time if you just do it. If you just do it. But you got to do it. You can't think about it. You got to do it. Just 5. Just 5 a day. Just 5. Just 5. Every day. Use your system. The 7K Wealth System, their app. Oh man, that is cool. And if y'all haven't seen the Sound Money video, it's about 4 minutes, not quite 5 minutes. And it doesn't even talk about opportunity. And I mean, it is so powerful. Y'all need to watch it. And I'm going to have to give a training, I guess, on the 7K Wealth System. But you want to download this on your phone, on your smartphone. You go to your app store, you search for 7K space wealth space system, and you'll see the little 7K app come up on your phone, and that's what it looks like. That pretty little 7K right there, that one right there, and you download it. It's free. And then where it asks for payment information, just fill it out. They don't even ask for your card. It's just name and address. There's no charges. So just get it done and allow. Always allow everything, because you got to have access to your phone to bring contacts into your phone. And the app has to have access to it, and you got to allow for that. And so what's my message for you today? 5 a day. If you're not doing your 5 a day, start today. Start your 2 years right now. Do my job description for 2 years. This company is about to go into full flame momentum. When I'm making 2 $7,000 checks in a row, that's momentum. That's momentum. I look back over the last 5 out of 6 weeks. The last 5 out of 6 weeks, I either made $6,500 or $7,000. I only have 1 week that I didn't. I mean, this is beginning to be, it's like mad money. I mean, it's just crazy money. Yeah. And the same thing can happen to you. They're about to open in Asia Pacific. We're not even, I mean, there's so many people all across this country never even heard the word 7K, doesn't even know anything about it. And look at all the advertising that is done for us in gold and silver on TV. I mean, look at the companies. They're advertising every day why you need to own gold and silver. They're just basically telling people, but they can't afford to buy from those companies. But in 7K, it's affordable, even to the average person, and they all need it. And we're the missionaries going out and telling them why they need it and where to get it from. And why not making some extra money and joining us and sharing the good news of helping people accumulate wealth and earning extra income. Pretty dead gum powerful, if you ask me. And so if you'll just do my job description, do my system, go through my 21 steps of success methodically and apply it, you will succeed. You will succeed. It's up to you. If it's to be, it's up to me. Just repeat that to yourself. You know, take the attitude of I can and live it every day. You know, I will do today what others want so I can have tomorrow what others can't. That's how I raised my boys. I taught them that. I used to teach that all the time back in the 90s. As I was telling myself that all the time because I was doing 30 a day for 1 year. But I ended up with 70,000 people on my left and right as I looked down. 70,000 plus people, more than 70. And that's going to happen to a lot of you in this business. You find me that young person that has that burning desire, that wants that, we'll teach them what they need to know in our business. You're going to make money and they're going to make a lot more. But they're going to provide generational wealth for you and me. As 7K expands around the globe, and as every person around the globe over the next several decades joins 7K because of all the benefits that it provides. That Sound Money wallet is a game changer. A game changer. This company is going to be more massive than I ever thought it would be. I mean, over a year ago, I told Richard 7K is going to be the Amazon of the gold and silver market, just on the basis of what it had and where we were. But now with that Sound Money wallet and the free vault, up to $10,000 in silver bullion and $50,000 in gold bullion, free. And then your private numismatic vault that you get to store your own unique coins in, free. Unheard of. Being able to make transactions amongst one another. I just bought a state coin because we got people joining the business. I just bought a state coin for somebody that responded to my email and said they'd sell one. So I bought a New York coin for what they paid for it. Now, look here. We got a company, our overhead product, we make money on it when we buy it. because nobody's releasing their Idaho coins for what even they paid for them, or their Montana coins right now. I mean, that's got to blow your mind. Be able to share this with people you know. They don't know what they don't know. You've got to help educate them. We've got to help educate them. We've got to get them the information for them to make an informed business decision. Well, I hope this helps you in developing your 6-figure walk-away income over the next year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or however long it takes. But whatever you're making is better than not making it. And I know you're accumulating products of value, and you're accumulating wealth, and you're getting home-based business tax advantage, 1099 benefits, plus the travel benefits, plus maybe the healthcare benefits, plus all the other membership privileges of 7K. And I hope you succeed beyond your wildest imaginations. You and maybe the person that's joined this business and never even seen me before, and you're seeing this video for the first time. Welcome to the rest of your life, financial freedom, because it's worth it. It's worth it. Being debt-free and having no financial worries is worth it. Just do it. Thank you, and we'll see you at the next 7K event or resort. Have a great day and a great